morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this around the world, live from Gory here in Wexford, and also live from someplace in England where Samba, the tiger, lives. This is THFC Till I Die. Welcome. It's been a while. I know that it's been a while, but there's been no news. And there's no point doing news for the sake of news, by the way.
Yeah. Mainly Euros going on, isn't it? So
yeah, and there won't be nothing going on. But apart from also Crystal Palace going to
Munich, yeah.
Going to Bayern Munich, which should be a shot. But look, we're all going to get on to that later. We are going to give you all the latest news. But I had a little text this morning from a very, very reliable source. It's the one we use, two sources, reliable source. Both of them have never let us down. Now, we have to say this on the size of caution. The news we're about to break. Before we get into that, rude of me. Dermot, you're so rude. You're very rude, Dermot. Put yourself on the step for 5 seconds. How rude are you? Good evening, Samba. How are you?
I'm not going to do any voice for the Lion King. So, yeah, I've just come back from my Lion King dress rehearsal, and now I'm here to the good club I am to talk about the Spurs.
Yeah.
And the rumoured investment. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Samba and the rest of them and Lion King are massive Spurs fans, apparently.
Of course so. All the big cats are.
Yeah.
I was about to say something else, and but PG.
Yeah, we can say that tonight. But yeah, but this is what I got today. Tottenham are in talks to sell part of the club, maybe a full takeover if the right money comes in. Now, we all know Daniel Levy values the club higher than what probably the club's worth. Tequila, to be fair,
he does. Yeah, he does.
But this is the kicker: it will be a long process. And fans, we should actually know more by the end of the year. But the important part of it is the beginning of it, Tequila, that Tottenham are in talks to sell part or maybe the whole club. So the question is this the long goodbye to Daniel Levy?
I mean, deals like this, Dermo, we're talking what, probably 7 billion. He probably that was the rumours he kind of wanted. So if it really is going to be a full out sale, deals like that aren't done overnight, unfortunately. So it is going to be a protracted thing. And unfortunately, as these things can break down. They can at any point with something worth that much money. So until it's all done, don't get too excited. But know that the process has started. And cross your fingers, really. That's as much as we can do about it, is cross our fingers.
Yeah. Well, the process has started. Now, look, Tottenham's takeover could eclipse the world record. Now, whatever that world record is, on the top of my head, I can't remember what it was. But look, I want to welcome a few people in. I wanted to give you the news first, guys, and then take it from there. I've got a few questions I'm going to swing at you, Tequila. And anyone in the chat, if you've got any questions about the talks. Now, I've got a few companies who are apparently are interested in investment or buying out Daniel Levy or just buying out ENIC and leaving Levy there as chairman. That's another option. That could follow the Manchester United option. So there's that option as well. There's many ways, Tequila, this could go. There's many other ways people can invest into a club. So it's not just one, isn't it? It's not just a full takeover. There is different options. So let's welcome a few people in, and we'll break it down, and we'll talk about it. And we want you guys to get involved as well, guys. Get in your questions, get in your thoughts. But before you do that, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscription button if you can as well. As you can see, we're at 1,841. I want to be at 2K before the start of the season, before the first game. Who's our first game against the kid?
It's Leicester, isn't it?
Away on Monday, away to Leicester. I want that there, that little TV monitor behind me, at 2K. Let's do it, but do hit a like and subscription on this channel. Do also on the full
159 Dermo. That's how many more we need.
It's not much. It's not much. It's not far away. Also, do the same on the Full-Time Sports Network, and also do the same on our new European Football Network channel, which is the sister channel to THFC Till I Die. Also, under the Full-Time Sportsnet umbrella. We're going to cover every other league, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and we're also going to cover League of Ireland as well for the first time as well. And we're going to cover all the internationals as well, guys. So please get over there and give that a like and subscribe. The first man in the house is Spurs. Big up, Spurs. Hope you are doing well. We've got DJ Temu. Good afternoon. Coys, Chelsea going to make their second signing this window, and we haven't made F all so far.
Patience, my young Padawan, patience.
Yeah. Do you want to mention the Patreon there, Tequila, very quickly?
I can. Let me get the link for you, Demo. If you want to talk about a chat, I'll get the link.
Look, for me, it will happen. No other clubs made any signings yet either, by the way, apart from Chelsea. But
Bayern Munich, I guess that's about it.
Yeah, but a lot of players that we're after in the Euros. So I wouldn't be too despondent yet. It's only June. The window's only been open not even a week. Come on, DJ. Show a bit of patience. I know I hate the word patience, being a Spurs fan, and patience does not go together, but we've got to. Big up to Daniela. Any signings were close to? Of course not. Well, look, I'm hearing we're looking at players and we are talking to players, but I wouldn't expect anything to be announced till after the Euros, to be fair. Big up to LTL, Cockerell, afternoon, Dermot and chat. Big up LTL, afternoon, Dermot.
Hey, Jose.
Wembley 1, afternoon, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, how I wish it was. Goodbye, Daniel. Could well be. Big up to Carl Simpson. If you want to join us, Carl, let us know and hop on.
Yeah.
And let us know, Carl. Let's get your thoughts on this as well. Please let this goodbye in quickly so we can get proper investment and really go for it. Look, I've got a theory. I've got a sort of, it's not a Levy in view, but it's a sensible view, I suppose, in my head, but maybe not to the Levy outers, I suppose. Sell crap we have, but we sell crap we have, but we're just replacing with some crap. One quality signer and a signer where it divides about. Look, the transfer window hasn't kicked off yet. I don't know why everyone's suddenly getting their knickers in the twist that, why we're not buying any players. Nobody else has bought anyone yet. Chelsea have to sell. The 6 clubs by the 30th of June have to sell players. Yeah. And the players that we are after are at the Euros. Nobody's going to want to do any business during the Euros. I've been told by 3 or 4 people that I trust completely, and so is Tequila, in private chats. No club's going to make the transfer window's not going to move until after the Euros. And even you heard that as well. You're in the same conversation, weren't you, Tequila? So that's what.
Yeah, it's all gonna pick up. In fact, it's more gonna pick up. To be honest, it's probably gonna go bloody crazy.
And that's what we've been told. It's gonna go mental after the Euros because it's a short window. You only got probably a month and a bit to get everything done. So, and this all Ivan Toney talk as well. I mean, agreeing personal terms. I mean, that has come out to be a load of gobbledygook. And this is the problem. We will not put out news just for the sake of putting out news. We put out news that we know is credible, and we can start. And I'll stand by any news I put out here, and so will Tequila.
Yeah, there's a lot of clickbait news around, and I don't think we really want to do that, do we?
We've never done that, Tequila, in this channel. No. We've never have, and we never will. Carl says it's fine as long as the wheels are in motion. Big up Danielle as well. DJ, NBA, Google, Amazon. No.
I like Amazon. I don't know why. I would like Amazon. I don't know why. I think the Amazon Arena or the Amazon state. I think that's not bad.
What we have to think that naming rights have to be linked with the takeover. So that's another thing as well that has to be taken into consideration as well. By the way,
Dermo, I don't want Google. The Google Stadium. Nah,
it's not going to be Google. It's not one of the companies, and you know that.
It's not Google.
Our soccer Saturdays continue. By damn, they continue. Don't you worry. Next season we will be back. It's the first Saturday of the Premier League, and every Saturday will be Soccer Saturday, but it won't be on here. It will be on the European Football Network channel unless Tottenham are playing, and then it will be on here. So
trust Carl to go to the gutter, Carl Simpson.
Yeah, we haven't got that. The link is in there for the patrons, so please hit that link as well if you can. Carl says, I think we'll have a good summer of signings. We have things all ready to go, just waiting for the tournament to finish. Exactly. Daniela says, Santiago Gimenez. That is one I've heard that may well get done after the Euros at the moment.
There's Copa America as well.
There's a Copa America as well, so that may get done after after all the tournaments are finished, by the way. DJ Sammy says, you're right. Just got a bit of heat stroke.
It is hot.
Well, look, we'll give you the names who I've been told who the companies that are in. And you may be surprised with one of them, by the way. Yeah, I've just seen now what they're putting now. I've just seen. Trust them. Do you know, you try to do a sensible a really professional show.
It's Carl, Demo. Carl's the ringleader.
I know. And then he just starts it out, and then I'm going to read them out anyway. In Durham we trust. Great show. Thank you very much, Brian. That's very kind of you. You know, these people know this channel.
They trust you, mate. They trust you.
Yeah, we deal in accurate news, not clickbait news. Yeah, the Durex Stadium, the Durex Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So what do? Do you go to watch the game and then go lie in the bed afterwards with a cigarette after you watch the match?
Pretty much.
That's what you're doing now.
They're gonna have Durex machines in all the.
Yeah, it's like me saying. It's like me saying to Mrs. Tron, right? I'm going to the Durex Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. She'd be looking at me thinking, "You're not going."
Carl's on form. He's put another comment in, which I'm trying not to laugh at. I'm trying to remain.
DJ Salmon says the Pornhub Stadium.
OnlyFans Stadium, that also works.
How this channel has fallen to the gutter in so short.
It's Carl.
Yeah, we're going to have word with him. Any word on Eze? I'm waiting on a update on Eze, actually. I have asked the question, so I'm waiting on an update. So as soon as I get it, Brian, you'll be the first to know.
Quick question, Demo, on that. With Elise now going to Munich, do they really sell both of them?
I think Eze will want to go.
He's got a release clause. Unless I'm wrong, I think he's got a release clause, so they might not be able to say no.
Yeah, exactly. We will match the release clause. I think that's all that's going to happen. We're going to pay the release clause. Ange wants him. Ange will get him. He will be a Spurs player, I think, by the start of the season. Can you imagine that?
No, he'd fit in. He'd fit in well. Poor Palace. Feel for them.
Daniel says, Dermot, EFL has been shown on Sky much more, meaning Orient finally on TV. Watch-alongs for them, hopefully. Yeah, we are. On the other channel, we will do, Daniela. We will do Orient watch-alongs, won't we, Tequila? We'll do later Orient watch-alongs. Yeah, on the European Football Network Till I Die channel. Of course we will. So that's a team we will be following. Carl, as soon as the countries go out of tournaments, then we move. Exactly, Carl. You know it makes sense. Here he goes again. Durex is sensible. We're always too cautious.
Can I
just say, it's been lovely working with you, Tequila. I have to say, it's been great working with you.
Yeah.
We're already in a bit of trouble with YouTube.
Yeah. Carl does, it's always Carl.
Yeah.
Always Carl.
Carl's just put the final nail into this channel. Thanks, Carl. And then Wayne's just comes in and makes sure he puts another nail in the coffin. He goes to Durex Stadium, the safest thing.
They're doing the marketing for it already. I can see the adverts already. That's going to be the slogan.
You can see Daniel Levy on the picture video.
You can, yeah. That would be good. I can see the adverts already.
Can you see Ange on? Can you see Ange on?
Cross arms, cross arms, looking at the camera. I can see it. Yeah, the safest stadium in the world.
Yeah, Vicario with them in his hands, a safer hands.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh God,
Thanks a lot, Carl. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Carl.
Cheers, Rob.
Safest stadium in the world. Oh Lord. You can imagine. I just had an image
Half-time
of
entertainment's gonna be going into the bathroom and then buying some. Yeah.
I've just had an image in my head of Daniel Levy with the Durex poster.
He's got one in.
Welcome to the safest stadium in the world.
God, imagine it. To market that to hell, man.
You can just imagine, can you? Oh Lord. Right.
Carl Simpson, bruv.
You go. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for David with. I don't know what David's on about with.
I think David's saying, if I'm wrong, David, I don't know what the hell I think that is.
Yeah.
Is that right,
what
David?
the hell? Yeah, probably is what the hell. I'm thinking that myself. What the hell?
Yeah.
They are selling both. That is why you see Palace all over. Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Bonnie Ranch Stadium, the Bonnie Ranch Stadium. Yeah, we'll have Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck coming out at halftime to help warm up the players. Yes, Wayne, my man. One of my troubled bodies is back. Oh, good. We've got Brian. What about the Diarrhea Stadium? Oh, dear. I think we should have just done the watch along United. It would have been a lot.
Yeah, it's looking like that, isn't it? Could have been watching Turkey versus Portugal, but no.
Any update on that game, now, by the way?
Oh no, I'll have a look now. I bet you someone in the chat's watching it. Yeah. I'll put it on.
Daniela says apparently a while ago, EFL and Sky. Yeah, they did. It's called Sky something. I forget what it's called. And how much more league? Yeah, there will be more League One, League Two games. They'll also apparently be showing cups. Yeah, there will.
Yeah, it's 0-0. 21
any
minutes.
Any Leighton Orient game, Daniela, we will bring it to you. We will do the watch-alongs to them. Don't you worry about that. We'll have that covered for you. This is what the other channel's about very quickly, isn't it, Tequila? The other channel is about other teams, isn't it? It's about other leagues, other
so it's just simplifying a little bit. It's just like if you, this is going to be for Tottenham only, and the other one is going to almost like it's for everything else football related stuff. So
yeah,
it's pretty simple.
Yeah. The Durex Stadium, it fits like a glove. I swear, if somebody's watching this channel for the first time, I think they would have switched off very quickly.
They'll be like they're talking about condoms. That's what they're saying.
I know. Halftime entertainment's going to be interesting. Why do I read this crap out? Why do I do this to myself?
You can't help yourself, Dermot. That's why.
No. Okay, you can read this one out from Carl.
Oh God. Direct stadium for when the friction gets too much. Watch some footy. Friction. Yeah. No, you're not sorry, Kyle. That's BS. That is. You're not sorry, Kyle.
Yes. I've got here the Pringles Stadium, which plays
once you pop, you can't stop. Yeah.
Oh God.
There's more. There's more.
Yeah, there's more. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, sponsored by Casper the Friendly Ghost. No,
I can see our trophies.
That's a good one. I like that. 1-0 Portugal, apparently, Wayne says. Big up, Wayne. Keep us up to date, Wayne boy.
Yeah, they just scored. Yeah.
Yeah, and then David said, where is all the gang? I'm on mute. Anyway, I've got to do this. I always do this to David. I always welcome David. G'day.
G'day, Cobber. Got to call him Cobber. King.
G'day.
I think they call him King Cobber. I think they call him.
G'day, King Cobber. Put another shrimp on the barbie. And
where is all the gang?
He says I do the worst Aussie accent going, and actually I do agree with him. I do, but never mind. Anyway, and big up Dermot Tequila, great lads, around nice guys. Oh, thank you very much, Carl.
Thank you very much, Carl.
Yeah, we got promotion last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we finally won at Pro Club. Yeah. So go us.
I got a hat trick as well.
Oh yeah, and tell them what kit we were wearing, Dermo. What kit did
Tottenham.
And then we started winning, and that's the truth. Yeah. We were wearing another kit. Then our mate Com changed us to Spurs, and all of a sudden, boom, started winning.
We've won a trophy, by the way. Tottenham won a trophy, won the promotion trophy.
Yeah, we won something finally. Here you go.
Yeah. Anyway, Carl says sub and subscribe. Thank you so much, Carl.
Yes, please do, guys.
Wayne said, if it's the Durex Stadium, does that mean the cockerel will have to have a condom?
Oh, gee.
I'm getting so many bad images in my head at the moment.
Yeah, see, that's what he does. They say it, and then your mind can't help but create the image in your head. Cheers, Wayne.
I've just now got an image of Chirpy the cockerel walking around within a condom. It brings me back to that film. What was that film in the 80s with what's his name?
You're thinking of the Naked Gun. You're thinking of the scene where they're both in condoms. Yes. Yeah. Leslie Nielsen and Priscilla Presley, I think it was.
That's it. Yeah. We've got crap accent. I know it is, David, but I try my best to make you feel at home. Carl's asking how many red cards.
One for Dermo, and it was a straight red, right? By the way, it wasn't 2 yellows; it was a straight red. He got frustrated with the fullback, I think, and he just blasted him with a tackle.
I was getting frustrated with my cam who wouldn't pass me the ball.
The cam was fine. He's got the highest rating of all of us, so the cam must have been doing something right, Dermo.
I've been so unlucky though with defenders though on that.
No, the reason why it's hard is because obviously they're playing a back four, so you got 2 centre halves on you, so it's difficult for you to get space. It's difficult to find you.
I did lose myself twice. I was when you scored. I was running up.
And your player's too slow. We need to get your acceleration up, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I played the Harry Kane role. That's my role.
Yeah.
Do you play pro clubs? Yes, we do. We're
only started recently, but yeah, we're not very good. We're trying though. We're getting there.
Yeah. So we're double done. That's our name team. So there you go. They're all here. Yeah, they are. Got the G-Rex in his shirt pocket. Chirpy wink.
I'm glad that you said. I'm glad that was winking and not something else, Carl.
Yeah, so I was like, and then he said that other word as well.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Chirpy still exists. He does.
Yeah,
he does. So. He does. Yeah. Downhill we go.
We didn't start on a high bar to start with, Wayne.
No. So David's asking England all the way. I tell you one thing though.
Yeah.
Me and Philip did the England match the other night, and I refused to mention egg fried rice by his name.
We didn't have to worry about Grealish. He wasn't even there. Didn't even go.
He's another idiot. How do you England fans watch England? Seriously.
I told you before that.
Please tell me.
I did warn you. I warned you before that what you were letting yourself in for covering England games. Now you know.
How do you do it though?
You just make sure that you time your sleeping pattern properly, and you realise that okay, I'm going to fall asleep, and you fall asleep. That's what normally happens to me.
Okay, fair enough. I'll do that for the next game. Carl says yes, David, all the way home. Brian plays as well. Yeah. Put it in the comments or put it into the comments.
We need a right winger, don't we, Dermo?
Yeah, we do. So maybe joins Brian. Maybe join us. David says, "G'day, everyone in the chat." Tequila, how dare you, Tequila?
G'day,
I would never stoop so low. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And David says Højbjerg beat Rice. He did. Højbjerg played very well. Now, let's talk about. Now we've gone through the chat, and some of it was really good. Some of it was just beyond out of this world, and some of it which I wish I never read it.
Some of it was just Carl being Carl, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this takeover. Now, everyone's asking Dermotron, look, you keep telling me somebody's looking to, talk to Tottenham. Who are they? Who are they? They're asking. And these are one of the companies, MSP Sports Capital, which we did say about a month ago about it. The other one and the other group that's interested, I think, is the US group Liberty Media, who own Formula One, by the way. And I think they also own MotoGP. So going into another sport would be good, I think, for their franchise. And, of course, the other one, of course, is the Qatar Sports Investment Authority. Look, we all know Daniel Levy's met people. We all know Liberty One's got the F1 go-kart track under the South Stand, so we know F1's in there some of the way. We also know that Levy's had meetings with the Qatari sports investment people of that, and we also, I think also that he's met somebody from the MSB Sports Capital. Who do you think was more likely to take Spurs over? I think it'd be more an American base myself.
Well, let me ask you this Dermo, who would you prefer? I don't really want Qatar, really.
No, I agree with you. Look, we can't control who puts the money up for Levy to accept. But if I had a preference, I wouldn't like Qatar to come in. Because of how their country is run, and that's another show and another channel and another discussion for another time completely. And it is worth having, but I don't feel it should be today. But
we haven't got to get into it that hard.
But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I think we all do. Yeah.
Secondly, I think there's too many Middle Eastern investors in the Premier League already. Taken of Newcastle United and Manchester City. I think a third one that comes in would be, I think the Qataris will want to outdo the people from Saudi and the people from Abu Dhabi. I think that would be the one thing to do to prove that they're the best Middle Eastern owners.
I really don't want to be a part of that. I don't want Spurs to be a part of that, Dermo. I don't.
But what would you do if Spurs? Let's start that. Okay, let's start on this question then. Let's start on the Qatari Sports Investment Authority, all right? Let's start there, and we work our way through the different groups, and we'll get our people's thoughts in the chat as well on what they think. Now, we know the Qataris have a bottomless pit of money. We know they're well. Do you know that they got money to burn, and they will chuck money at it? Do you, as a supporter and as a Levy out person, because I'm not trying to, you are Levy out, you know me and Philip's position on this, so we do differ in this question. If they come in with the right money and they threw money at it, would it then quickly bother you they're from Qatar? Or would it bother you that much that you might turn around and say, do you know what? I won't support my team anymore. I mean, where's the red line for you? Where is the red line for you? If they come in and say to Daniel Levy, there's your whatever 3 billion or 4 billion for the club. Where's your red line?
I want Spurs to be respected, and I will struggle just like I struggle to respect City, and just like I struggle now to respect Newcastle if they buy their if they go ahead and win things, which they probably will. I want to respect Spurs, and I think it's almost like having a cheat code. Part of me understands it, and there is that part of me which wants to win things, Dermo.
Yeah.
But of course there is. Of course that part. And I'd be lying if I said, if they came in and they bought all these world-class players, right? I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be excited by that in the short term.
Yeah.
But I think in the long term, after a couple of years, I think it would start bothering me more and more. And I'd rather that we did it what I would consider the right way. Now, that's what I consider the right way. I don't think that is the right way for me. But a lot of people will they want to see good football. They want to see the world's best players. They want to have our time. And a lot of people will be okay with it. And I don't blame them really for being okay with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, Takeda. I do understand. But look, we can't keep asking what we want. I want to see if that comes up. Let me just see if that. There we go. That looks better up there. Look, we all want Tottenham to be the best. We all want Spurs to win trophies, and it's been a long time since we've won anything.
Yeah.
So look, there's that we're frustrated, we're angry, and you look at what happened the end of last season with the Arsenal Man City thing, and that proves how frustrated we are, really. But
I'd rather we took the Arsenal or Liverpool route. That's what I hate it because I hate it because it's Arsenal, but I can't help but at least respect the route they have gone down. I can't help it.
I don't want Middle Eastern owners in my club.
No,
and I'll tell you one thing, and this is me saying this live on my YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, and people can clip me if they want on this, and I'm sure somebody will. If we get bought out by a Qatari Sports Investment Authority, I will refuse to go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium ever again. I will do the shows on here. I'll do my watch-alongs. I will talk all things Tottenham. But if we get bought out by a Qatari sport, I won't go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium again. Because I don't think they have a right to be in the Premier League.
Dermo, the phrase is for me, and you tell me how you feel about this in a lot of walks of life, right? The phrase is, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, I don't particularly...
I get that.
I don't like that, but what do you feel about it? If you can't beat them, you join them. That's what this is, right? We can't do it the right way, so we do what everyone else does.
I understand that, and I do get that, but I just don't agree with the way that the Man City thing for me has got me. That's the bit that's really got me. This is why I'm so against any sort of Middle Eastern investment into the club, because of the Man City debacle. Because they think they have a God-given right to do what they want with and break the rules and think they can get away with it. I don't want my club being dragged through that. If it came to that, that's the point I'm getting. Nothing against the Qatari as a country, nothing against anything. It's about what I'm seeing within our game, within the Premier League right now. That's what's frustrating me.
Well, let me ask you this then, Dermo. Right.
Can I just quickly? David says that wasn't frustration, Derm. That was just wrong. What does he mean by that wasn't frustration? Oh, about the Arsenal thing. I get you. Yeah, about I said it was frustration about the Arsenal Man City thing. I think there was a bit of frustration as well, a little bit. If you look back in it now, do you think there was a tan tips of frustration because we didn't want them to win the league, a trophy, because we haven't won anything for so long? And if you look at the likes of Man City, and you look at the likes of Newcastle, and you look at the likes of Chelsea, all right, under Abramovich, a lot of these clubs have been owned by owners that really shouldn't be owning football clubs, to be fair. So, do the Premier League have to tighten their rules then? But they won't.
Well, don't you remember all the dodgy stuff with Portsmouth, with Harry Redknapp and who was I can't remember the guy's name. And then there's been smaller clubs in the lower divisions as well, which have had dodgy owners. I can't remember who it was. Somebody last year. It was old. I think it's Oldham Athletic, because I remember watching the documentary on it, because they were actually in the original first year of the Premiership, and now they're in the 4th division. Yeah. And so if this is commonplace, it's not just the Premiership, unfortunately. It's actually all around football.
Look at Reading. Reading nearly went to the wall last season. Reading were in the Premier League, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah, not that long ago.
Not so long ago. So this is why I'm against the Qatari thing, because of what Man City do. And I said it last night, and I stand by it, Tequila. This Man City thing is going to put a massive cloud over this year's Premier League.
Can I ask you a question, Dermo, about those free investors you were talking about?
Yeah. Go on. Do you want to move? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, just one last thing, and then we'll move on. I was just wondering what you think is. I mean, we know that ENIC's motivation. They were quite honest about it. That they were in it to kind of improve Tottenham and everything, right? They cared more about that stuff. With these three companies, the Qatar are not going to be buying Spurs for the same reason that I think the other two will want to make money. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The third, Qatar, they won't care about making money. It's more about improving their brand. Their brand is obviously their country. It's about improving their country's relations. So that's completely different reason for them getting involved in Spurs than the other two. What would you prefer? Two companies who probably want to make a profit at some point in the future and probably sell up, or Qatar, who maybe don't care about the financial stuff at all and care more about promoting their brand through football and the Premiership. There's two different motivations for buying the club. What one do you want?
Look, I'll say it again. I want my team to be successful, but I don't want Middle Eastern ownership because of the Man City, because I feel their objective is to throw money at it and promote their brand. You've got to be sensible. Football was... Look, do you remember Leeds back in the day? I was thinking about this today.
With David O'Leary. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And Leeds just threw money at it, didn't they? I know probably a different time and a different era, but how close did Leeds come to going to the war? Very.
Yeah, and I remember, was it Peter Ridsdale? Was that the bloke's name? Was he was the owner?
You look at Manchester United, how they've been run under the Glazers. We know that firsthand because of Colin. You look at Man City. They have broken so many rules. And this is the bit that gets me, Tequila. They think they're above the rules. They think they're above the footballing laws. And they're not above the footballing laws. Every owner, every company that owns a football club, every chairman, every chief executive has to work within the rules that are set by FIFA, UEFA, and the Premier League.
You get owners like Sheikh Mansour and whoever, that people like that, Dermo.
They don't care.
But they, in their own country, they make their rules. So they were never ever going to respect. Why would they respect rules? They're not
but
gonna.
The problem is you can give Daniel Levy as much shite as you want, but he's made our club for the first time in a long while profitable. We're not in debt. Well, we are in debt, but do you know we're not as bad as say as Chelsea or Aston Villa are at the moment.
Yeah, but my problem with Daniel Levy is that he starved the fans of success.
Yeah, but look at Newcastle. They haven't won anything since the 60s.
I know.
And we're complaining we haven't won anything since 2008. They haven't won nothing since 1968, since the Thfc Cup.
Yeah, and they came close under Keegan, but no, they didn't get over the line either.
Under Keegan, fair enough. But we've won trophies since then. Do you know what I mean? We've been more successful than Newcastle.
Well, no, Spurs don't have a divine right to win anything than anyone else does. Of course not.
And look, it's about what we want for our football club. It's about who we... And everyone seems to forget. We are Tottenham Hotspur. Us, the fans of the club. Not Daniel Levy, not ENIC, not Ange, not the players. We are the fans. We're the ones that pay the season tickets. We're the ones that pays for the merchandise. We're the ones that travel to games week in, week out, home and away, home and abroad. We are the club. But
do you think Daniel Levy do you think Daniel Levy respects the fans, Damo?
Look, I'm not going to get in. I don't want to get into the debate with you about Daniel Levy, to be fair, Tequila, but I think he's made mistakes and he's owned to them mistakes. I think he has made mistakes and he's owned up to those. And
did he ever come out and apologise for sacking Mourinho 5 days before a cup final?
Yeah, look, I think he has actually, but I think he's also come out and said he shouldn't have picked Mourinho in the first place, and I think he's admitted he shouldn't have sacked Poch in the first place. Do you know? We can slag off Levy all we want, okay, and some people do it more than others. But I see it from a different point of view. I see it from a point as a teenager or a young lad going to bed thinking, will I have a football club to support in the morning? We nearly went out of business completely in the early 90s. I mean, completely. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club stayed White Hart Lane. Sainsbury's would have been probably built on it. That's how close we came to going out. We came very close to going that war. Now, Alan Sugar and Terry Venable saved us. ENIC invested in that takeover as well. So back in 91, they had so much money within Tottenham. So Levy took over a club in 2001 from where it is to where it is now. Do I trust Daniel Levy? No. Am I grateful for some of the things he's done for our club? Yes, I am. and I'm thankful. We're in a far better position than we've ever been in our history. All we need now is to win trophies to back that up. But on the other side of that, Tequila, right? We've reached many semi-finals. We've reached many finals, League Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals. We lost the league to Leicester. You can't blame everything on Levy. The blame also has to be given to the manager and the players at the time. You can't blame Levy for us losing an FA Cup semi-final. You can't blame Levy for us losing to Manchester United on penalties in the 2009 League Cup final. You can't blame Levy for us losing by a dodgy refereeing decision in the Champions League final. Yes, you can blame him for not backing managers. Yes, you can blame him for sacking Mourinho before cup final. Yes, you can blame him for other things. But I think also the players and the managers under his reign also have to take responsibilities.
Of course they do.
For the thing. Yeah. So you can't blame everything on Levy. Levy's been actually a better chairman than some chairman in the Premier League, to be honest.
I can blame him for delegation.
Yeah, so I can too.
So who he chooses, for example, like the scouting department and stuff like that, right? Because you know as well as I do, for a period of time, we were unleashing Modric and Bale and players like that. And then after Paul Mitchell left, wasn't it? Was it Paul Mitchell? Or was it the guy before him? The guy we got from Southampton.
Paul Mitchell.
Yeah. So when he left, you know as well as I do that our scouting was never the same again, and still probably isn't.
Yeah.
So. You know,
I get you.
You take the good with the bad. He's done good off the field, in my opinion. His on the field activities has been poor because we've gone through our biggest drought in history of not winning stuff. These are facts. So.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at it from a different point of view. And if we all agreed the same, then it would be a very boring show if you and me totally agreed.
I've never taken Pops at Levy for his business acumen. I've never taken Pops at Levy like that. My problem with him is I don't think he cares enough. I never said at all, but I don't think he cares enough about what happens on the pitch.
I think he does. I think he gets misquoted. I think, or misjudged. I think some of the time.
I know you don't want me going back to it, Dermo, but. You don't sack Jose Mourinho 5 days before.
Look, we don't know what happened that day. We do. I mean, don't forget also, Tequila, the Super League was around that time too. So there was a rumor going around that time that Mourinho had refused to take the players out to the training pitch because of the Super League. There's also another rumor that the players went to Daniel Levy and asked him to sack Mourinho. So
well, then that's weak leadership from Daniel Levy then, because you don't listen to the players.
Fucking Ben Davies went up to Daniel Levy and said, "Right, I want us to sack Nuno."
Yeah, and that's out of order. Even though I don't think Nuno was good enough, that's not right, bruv, is it? Let's be honest.
No, you know. So this is the point I'm making. The whole thing is you cannot blame everything on one man. I get your frustration. Believe it, I want us to win something too. I'm the same as you, but I'm not gonna. And I'd say one thing for you, Tequila. You're very diplomatic on this, I have to say, and you've always been very diplomatic on this. And you and me have had plenty of discussions on Levy and the ownership, and we've always had good discussions. So I have to say that, Tequila, to be fair to you, and I respect your opinion on it. So this is why I love talking about it, because I know I'm going to get a good debate out of you on it. Because you will come back with very good points, and I'll come back with my point. And we never let it get between us, do we? We never let it go anywhere but a healthy debate and a healthy talk about it, which it should be.
No. And to be honest, when I watch other channels and I see them going at each other for having different opinion, I hate seeing it.
So do I.
We should all be trying to galvanize, even if we don't agree. That we should all be having respect for each other. That doesn't cost a thing, you know.
No. Big up to Boris, who's just grabbed a gold membership on Patreon. Thank you so much,
thanks.
Boris.
Thanks,
it
Boris.
means a hell of a lot to us.
Yeah.
We are going to get our memberships back up and running. It's just that we've sent 006 3/4 now. He's been demoted again, back into YouTube. That's why he's not with us today. He's trying to infiltrate YouTube. We're not sure if he's 006 3/4 or the fella out of Mission Impossible. We haven't really made up.
Phil would love to be Tom Cruise. Just ask him.
Yeah,
love to be Tom Cruise.
He will. You ever seen Tom Cruise on Spitting Image?
No,
it's really funny. Right, let's go through some of the chat we're already behind as well. So let's go.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Chat. Carl says yes, but Forest and Everton are not a Middle Eastern owned. Actually, they have just been just as corrupt. Yeah, it's true. And also, did you know Sheffield United are Middle Eastern owned? They're owned by Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
They won't be very happy with that then, considering how badly they were this year.
You wouldn't think it, would you? Seriously. Boris says it seems Villa and Chelsea are saving each other. Villa are buying Maston for 37.5 million, even though his release clause, and then Chelsea are buying a Villa kid who's worth 1 million, paying 20 million.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, we'll do each other a favour just to get out of the shit they're in.
Yeah. Big up to Dragon D Nuts. Big up Dragon says Sturmo's chatting with Baby Samba.
I am Baby Samba.
Big up David. Find the fuck out of Schmancy and give the rest and give the minnow clubs a find the money to survive. Exactly, David.
Why not?
Spot on with that. Give me the world-class players and all those trophies is all I want. The same here is all I want too.
Yep.
Carl says that all corrupt. Villa, Chelsea are American-owned. Look at what they're doing with the transfers, but as well the spitting into other clubs' face. Carl says, let's see how Levy does with this window. He bets step up. He will. Football and boxing. Whoever wants to push our club and show ambition, I'm all in. Fair enough. That. Do you know what? I'm fair enough for that.
And I understand why. I understand why.
Same here.
I get it.
Boris says we've come close to success under Poch, Lee, and Levy. Almost winning the Premier League 2 times and almost winning the Premier League. So true as well. That's a very good point as well. That's the other side of the argument as well. Night all 12:45. Good night, David.
Take care, David.
Carl says night, David. Unfortunately, I can never trust Levy. I want 200 million to sign this summer. I want him back in hand 100%. It will be a start. Well, we know he's got 150, 200 million to spend plus sales, and we've been saying that since before the transfer window. And I've got that actually. I know that's true. Football Boxing says 200 million signings, no chance. I also think Levy has not got enough money to take us to the next level, so time to move aside for a new era. Big up to Colin Cross as well. Evening, both. Big up, Colin. What do you reckon, Colin, on Ryan Giggs could become your Wales manager again? That's a bit of news that's floating around. That is
keep your wives from him. That would be my advice for the Welsh lads.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. Wembley one says you would have thought that Levy himself would have got sick of sitting in the stands watching us lose semi-finals and finals, but clearly not enough early investment in the squad to prevent it. Yeah, I couldn't disagree with that. As much as I like to see things both ways, I think that's spot on. And then if ever we needed a neutral Spurs, I'm here. If you need someone else to speak. Well, Boris, we will get you on the show. We will get you on the show with me, and we will actually get you on the show podcast, won't we? We'll get Boris and Brian and get a few of the people on.
We were going to do a members show, of course, and then we've lost our members, but that was in the works, lads. So it was in the works.
It's still in the works, still coming. It's just,
we just got
pick up a Patreon, mate. You pick up a Patreon.
Yeah, we could do it with Patreon, couldn't we?
Yeah. Colin says rumor is Big Sam is in for it. Ooh. Wouldn't Big Sam love to take Wales?
What, the Wales?
Yeah, could you imagine Big Sam taking over Wales?
Oh, God, can you imagine the football Dermo? No.
Yeah, but could you imagine him doing well with Wales and sticking 2 fingers up to the FA who sacked him? Can you imagine?
Yeah. If I'm a Welsh fan, I'm like, no.
I mean, he's not coming to Ireland anyway. Ryan and Rodri manager. Yeah, Ryan and his brother manager.
Yeah.
Now, Liberty Media. Now, of course, owners of Formula One. You know how big Formula One is now. It's a massive sport now. Also, owner of MotoGP, and you've got the MSP Sports Capital, both American companies. Look, we've talked a bit about Middle Eastern companies and some of the clubs that are owned by them. You've got a majority of clubs in the Premier League that are American-owned. The likes of Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Manchester United, and so on and so on. Does it worry you that, and would it worry you seeing like how Chelsea are run, that Tottenham can quickly be run the same way, and all the work Levy's done to make us sustainable, to make us, you know, be within debt but a manageable debt? Are you scared some other American company could blow that out of the water?
It's a bit of a mixed bag, Dermo, because if you look at some of the American owners, the group that's taken over Liverpool, they've been successful. The group that's taken over Arsenal, eventually, of course, they had to go through a few years, but they've ended up being successful. But then you've got, obviously, the best example is obviously the Glazers at Man United, who have been there, and our mate Colin will tell you all about it. So they've ruined Man United, or they've played a massive role in
They've been successful, though. They have been successful.
They've won. They have for most teams that would be considered success, but because Man United was so dominant, you ask Man United fans and they don't feel that way. But for us looking at them, they've won a cup. The last 2 seasons they've won a cup, don't they? We'd kill for that. But overall, I think if you ask United fans, then they are obviously very unhappy overall with the Glazers. So the Americans, they all want to make profit from it. And if you're okay with the fact that the bottom line for them will be to make money from it, then that's fine. I still think I prefer that over the Qatari, personally. Yeah.
Boris has made a very good point, actually, about the American owners. It says, have Arsenal become successful because they've only won one trophy and come second twice? Isn't that the same? And it's exactly the same record as Levy has, Tequila. So where are they so successful then we're not successful? What's the difference?
I mean, they have been more successful, maybe not significantly, but they won an FA Cup. I know it's only an FA Cup, but it's still more than we've done. So compared to us, they have been more successful. I guess if you look at it just from a trophy standpoint, they finished second twice, but they got real close last year, real close. And they'll probably go again next year. And also, it's the type of football they're playing as well. I guess that's also clouded judgment a little bit. I mean, don't worry. I mean, we played under Poch, especially. We played very good stuff. They have been more successful, Boris. Maybe not significantly more, but they have been because they've won a cup. And you got to remember, we haven't won anything since Woodgate's header, I'm afraid. And it's just. I understand what he's saying, but
so do I.
But they have been more successful. You could also say they've spent more money, which they have. But that's another problem. They've gone out. They've showed more ambition than Spurs, and I think this is the thing with Levy. He just doesn't. For me, he doesn't show ambition. He's too cautious. He's too cautious because I think he's a businessman, so he always looks risk and reward. And the good thing about having somebody like that is we're never going to go out of business. We're never gonna go bankrupt, and all that's the positive side. But the negative side, he's so risk assertive that he won't take chances when we should have. Harry Redknapp being the first time. Remember when Redknapp wanted those 2 players to push on because we had a chance. He thought of winning the league. We get 2 poor players. I can't even remember some Australian guy, I think, and Lewis Saha on loan. So that's just an example of that. When push comes to shove, Levy won't go the extra mile on the football pitch, and that is why I think people are fed up because it's been so long now. That's my opinion, of course.
I don't think all the fans are fed up.
No, not all of them. Of course not. No.
And I think you have to be very careful where you come with this, also because I think Boris is right in what he's saying here, and I know he's talking to football boxing and football boxing sort of attitude is, well, we haven't won anything, but it's the same ratio, 1 trophy. I don't think Arsenal have been that. They haven't been that bought in exciting players, to be fair. There's a lot of Arsenal fans want Arteta out. They don't want Arteta in there. There's a massive Arteta out movement within the Arsenal fan base because he's so boring. And I don't think Arsenal will go far this year. I think Arsenal are going to hit a wall now.
We'll see.
And also, they're struggling with FFP. See, what we all got to realise, this FFP has caused an awful lot of headaches for an awful lot of clubs because you could quite easily break the rules and get into trouble. You have to be sensible in what you spend. There's no point in spend, and then kicking the can down the road. Now, I understand fans are frustrated that we haven't bought certain players in, that we haven't been successful. I get that. But I think also you've got to make sure you have a club to support too. And you look at Man United, Man United got to a point last season where they couldn't even pay their creditors because they had no money. This is why Ratcliffe came in. He saved Manchester United from going to the wall or going into administration. Look at Chelsea. Spend. They're in shitloads of problems financially at the moment. You look at Liverpool. Liverpool probably the only team I've done it smartly with American owners, if I can be brutally honest, Tequila.
I think Villa's done well as well.
But Villa are in FFP problems now.
Yeah, but I mean that.
Yeah, it's all right.
They can sell a player, and that'll be okay.
Yeah, that's great. They can sell a player, but you need to be financially secure, Tequila. You need to make sure that you plan for the next 5 years. You can't keep selling close to the wind every 5 minutes because at one time you will gonna slip up. Aston Villa put all the money in just to get into a Champions League. Now they're going to have to sell their best players to get out of FFP. Chelsea. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea are the biggest joke around at the moment.
Well, Chelsea weren't a proper club anyway. We knew that.
But the point I'm making, and Liverpool are the only properly well-run club. I think you look at Liverpool and you look at Tottenham, I think them are the two most well-run clubs in the Premier League, in my opinion.
I agree with you about Liverpool. Yeah.
They never spend over what they have to spend. They sold, what was his name? Coutinho to, where was it? Barcelona?
I mean, if people, but that funded it. But if people are happy with Tottenham being fifth every year, then keep doing what you're doing.
I look. So is that more at me for fans like me that won't sit there and criticize Levy every 5 minutes? Or I think that's a bit unfair. I think that's very unfair. What you said.
But that's our average position. We finished fifth, more or less. If you look at the average position, we generally finish fifth. And Daniel Levy, as I said before, is not willing to invest the extra money required to push for the title.
But he spent a lot last summer. We spent nearly 200 million on players last summer.
Yeah, that's not really enough.
Well, what do you want them to spend? 300, 400, 500 million?
If you want to be in a title race, then of course.
Yeah, but you've got to also Tequila. Look, you also got to sort out FFP for the next 3 years. You've also.
We're fine, FFP, Dermo. We're fine. We've got
we can spend. Hang on, we can spend anything up to 400 million, for what I was told, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I totally disagree with you. Just go out and spend, because it doesn't always work. We are getting the right players in because we've got the right players in place. We've got the right people in their jobs. We've got Paratici sorted out the scouting network. We've got Lang. We've got other people in their positions where they can do their job. We've got a manager who can manage. You have to build foundations to build a successful team. You can't just spend money on a weak foundations, because that weak foundations will crumble. So you've got to build a proper base to build off. And it's been 2008 since we last won the trophy. We're all frustrated. I'm not happy with 5th every year, by the way. So don't put me into that fans bracket of me being happy.
I just said if people are happy that getting 5th because that's our average position, then and there are a lot of people. I never said it was you. A lot of people are fine with that, by the way. A lot of people are fine with just getting 5th.
Yeah, we all look. We should have won a cup last season, but we didn't do well in the cup competitions. But that's it. You can't put the chairman can only do so much. It's then down to the manager and the players to continue that.
Who picks the managers?
Well, the chairman picks the manager, but it's down to the manager to coach the players to make them successful on the pitch. He asks the chairman, hang on. He asks the chairman, can I have a player? He gets the players he wants, right? It's down to that manager then to put a team out on that pitch with the right tactics to be successful, to win whatever the game they're playing. We don't know what Levy's going to do with Ange this summer. So we're preempting what might happen and what might not happen. So
you can only go by the past, Dermo. And what does the past tell you about Daniel Levy?
The past gives you managers. You keep looking back, and the past will give you a creak in the neck. And you could live in the past. It doesn't mean
that's how we learn. That's how we learn, Dermo, from experience.
Yeah, you learn from the past, but you also stop looking backwards and start looking forward.
When is Daniel Levy? Dermo, has Daniel Levy showed you any signs that he's changed than the stuff he used to do before?
Yeah.
Where?
I know it for what I'm hearing from my sources and for the people I know who I trust have told me there's plans in place to get players.
I never said there wasn't.
Yeah.
What kind of players? What kind of players? The players that Ange wants or not?
Players that Ange wants.
Are you sure?
No, I'm just saying it off the top of my head to keep.
Okay, so what was the Jed Spence signing? Who was that for?
Look, I'm not talking about Jed Spence tequila, and I don't know why.
I'm giving you examples of Daniel. No, I'm giving you examples. No, it's not.
It is.
It's an example of Daniel Levy just going ahead and buying players that he thinks, or he's been told by the scouting network that he delegated that are good players. Jed Spence was brought in as a right wing back for Conte, right? Then Conte left. Jed Spence played what?
We know why Conte
an hour? And did Jed Spence play an hour?
Well, okay, look, you want to sit there and blame everything on Daniel Levy, right?
I don't blame everything on Daniel Levy. I blame on it. He delegates, doesn't he?
Let me finish. You want to blame everything on Daniel Levy. He can't do no right. No.
Never said he couldn't do no right.
Now, hang on, just let me finish.
But you're not telling the truth. I never said that, Dermo. I never said he could do no right. When did I ever say that?
You also got to blame the managers. You also got to blame the players. As you rightly said, you also got to blame. He's got to delegate correctly, but you also got to blame the players and the managers within that system.
The players were bought by Levy.
No, the players
scouting network.
And
he delegated the manager, so that's the manager, and he delegated the scouting network, which
but also the manager wants them.
It's Daniel Levy's stewardship, dude. It's under his stewardship. And under Daniel Levy's stewardship, financially, we've done very well. I've never, ever denied that. But as a footballing entity,
but why am
we're fifth place.
Why am I not allowed to have my opinion on the club that I've supported?
Well, of course you are.
No, hang on. Just let me finish, Tequila. Okay? That I'm allowed to have opinion on my club. That I'm 47 years of age. That I've sat here and I've supported through thick and thin. Through the bad time in the late 80s, watching us nearly go out of business, nearly go out of existence. Okay? And I'm allowed an opinion. I get your opinion. And part of it, I agree with you, what you're saying. But I'm not going to sit here and my own opinion is I'm not going to sit and bash Levy for everything.
You don't have to.
Where it has to be down to the players that were bought by the club. They weren't bought by Levy. They were bought by a manager who wanted that player. Maybe some of the players that come in, and maybe Jed Spence is probably an example.
There's more than just Jed Spence. That's just an example.
Yeah. but you cannot just because someone has a different opinion or a different outlook on it or a different look on the situation. It doesn't mean that we both probably don't come at the end of the day come to the same conclusion, but we're coming at it from different angles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I never said anything differently, dude.
So
I never said your opinion was wrong. You're allowed your opinion, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with it, though, does it?
There. I look. I'm not going to sit there and just blame Levy for everything.
No, I don't blame Levy for everything, dude. This is my point: is that I never said I did blame Levy for everything.
Do you know
I look at stuff logically. Okay, I don't have.
So do I.
Well, then, honestly, Lee, just answer me this. Then it's just real simple, right? Levy, right? You take the good with the bad, right? He should be commended for what he's done commercially, and I agree with you that I think a lot of people don't give him the credit that he gets for the commercial side and the business side. And as you said, he played a part in saving the club, and that should be respected. And maybe you're right, that not enough people give him credit for that. That's why I'm not on that far side, because I don't think he's the devil and all these things, right? I'm not on that far side. I give him credit where it's due. But also, he's got to be blamed for what is on the pitch regarding just the delegation. He's not a football expert, nor should he be, but he gets involved way more than he probably should.
How many other chairmen do exactly the same thing?
And I'd criticise them as well.
There's lots of chairmen that do the same thing.
And that's not right either for those clubs. And I bet you if you go on their forums, right, I bet you if the club's not doing well, I bet you they're lambasting the chairman as well for doing the same stuff.
Do you agree, or do you probably disagree with my sort of comment that to start anything, you have to start it on a solid foundation to build anything off that? If you start it on a weak foundation, that foundation, it's like building a house. If you build a house on weak foundations, your house is going to crumble.
Of course.
And fall down. So you've got to make it on a strong. And maybe he's realized, well, I can't take this any further. I need help. I need investment. Now, we don't know what's happening with the Joe Lewis thing either, by the way. Where is that going to come back and bite us in the ass? So is this why he's looking for investment? Is this why he's looking for more somebody to come to take it to the next level? Do you know, I mean, would you be happy with a Ratcliffe type sale of the club? I think that's something that would appease everyone, I think, in the long run, wouldn't it?
I have no problem with Levy staying on when it comes to managing the club finances and when it comes to a lot of the endorsements he's got. And he's obviously improved the area around Tottenham, which obviously me and you don't live in Tottenham, but the people who do live in Tottenham, I bet you they're very grateful that ENIC showed up, because they have improved the area along with the council. So I would be more than happy for him to stay on. I just don't want him touching. I don't want him touching the football stuff. Again, it is more delegation, but I think for me, he's proven that overall. And there's exceptions to every rule, dude. You know, he signed Poch. He needs to be given credit for that. But also, he signed a lot. There's been a lot of bad delegation from Daniel Levy. Now, I don't think he's done it on purpose or anything silly like that. Those kind of ideas is silly, right? But we look at his delegation of football matters, only football matters, has been quite poor. There's been more misses than hits.
Also, Steve Hitchens should take a massive blame for this.
Of course he should have. But Levy, maybe you've got no. But Levy, wait, Dermo. Levy appointed him, and if he was doing a crap job, Levy should have very quickly said, "On your bike, you ain't cut out for this. The players you're getting us are shit. Look at the 60 million flop of Ndombele, right?" And Hitchens should have been gone right away, because that was look at that, one of the biggest flops, if not the biggest in Premiership history.
Wasn't that a Poch signing?
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know who scouted him though. It's who scouted him for Poch.
The problem is, I think Steve Hitchens gets away with a lot of the shit for his time.
Not from me, dude. He doesn't. I know that. I know how bad he was.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people seem to miss the fact that he should get as much crap's thrown at them than Levy does, to be fair. And you and me both agree on that. I think Steve Hitchen was the worst thing to ever happen to us.
Yeah,
he couldn't organise a 5-year-old's birthday party.
No, and most of the players and the recruitment under him was really bad.
You look at the Gareth Bale money. Can you name me one player out? Can you only one player come out of that, and that was Ericsson?
Yeah, the rest were flops. Yeah, that's right.
Well, a lot of people think, what was his name? The Argentinian winger.
Well, Lamela.
Yeah, people think he was good, but I don't think
he was. He worked hard and he had passion. Yeah. So that's why I think he endeared himself to the fans, because he had that,
Yeah.
Like Rich Mollison does a bit. Look, we disagree with the Levy stuff. That's fine. That's fine. We're not going to fall out over it, but just we disagree. That's fine. But for me, Boris has put it in the chat. Yeah, I just don't want Levy near the football stuff. This is not an.
I don't think anyone can disagree with you on that either.
No.
I just think that I just don't think that you should. I mean, everyone's gonna slate him for the football side, but you've also got to slate him for what he's done for the club as well.
But I recognise that what he has done for the
club.
But
a lot of people don't though. A lot of people think that he's the.
That's because it's frustration and passion, Dermo. Frustration and passion, it pushes people to extremes. I'm not angry. Like I say, I understand. This is not me sitting on the fence. This is me who's watched and watches Levy out channels and Levy in channels. I don't hate either. I see points on both sides.
Can I just put a point here? I'm not Levy out or Levy in. If Levy's done bad, I praise him, and if Levy's done bad, I will. I was
just using that as an example, Demo. I wasn't saying you were.
Yeah. And I've been called a Levy. I'm not a Levy-inner.
I never called you it, bro.
No, I know you didn't, but people have. I criticise when he needs criticism, but I praise him if he needs praising. I praise him for getting Ange.
Well, yeah, Ange could be one of the good ones, like Poch was, or it could be one of the bad ones. I mean, who knows? We'll find out, won't we? But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I want to believe that Levy will back the manager. That doesn't mean anything by how much, really. It means getting the players that the manager wants. That's the most important thing. If Ange wants cheap players for his system, that's fine. As long as that is, I don't judge it by how much it is generally, but I will say that normally to compete with a title, normally you have to spend a lot of money because everyone else does. That doesn't mean that you can't find a gem.
No, what do you think of Colin Cross is coming here? Says we've never been an elite club apart from our double-sided, the early 60s side. We've just had good seasons here and there. It's a fair point to make, I think, isn't it? In a way, we're a big club. We are a big club. We're a massive club, but are we an elite club? And I would have to say, no, we're not.
No, but we're probably a. They're probably a top 6.
Yeah.
Overall, you've got Liverpool, who are probably the biggest, and then you've got United, Arsenal, unfortunately. And then there's a bit of a gap, isn't there? And then we're kind of in the next bracket back from that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We're like in the next bracket where we have won the league, but only once. But most of our success has come in cups, obviously. So we're known more as a cup team than a league team. That's certainly true, isn't it?
We've always been known as a cup team.
Yeah.
Big. I'm just bringing up these comments here. Apparently, you're schooling me. Apparently, Tequila.
Am I?
Yeah.
Thanks, I guess. Thanks
for having a different opinion that he doesn't agree with that. No, not you. By the way, Tequila.
It just means that football and boxing agrees with me. That's fine, bro. We haven't got to hate each other just because we disagree on certain things. We're all Spurs fans, and we all want. I hope we all want the best for Spurs, so it's fine.
Look, I don't know. Look, it was a show that was going to bring out an awful lot of passion and an awful lot of debate.
That's fine, dude.
Which is the good thing. Out of the tree, If you can pick which one you want us to.
Ooh.
Hang on, Boris says, but wasn't Dombele a Jose signing? He didn't specifically want Dombele. Look how much he flopped and he performed well for half a season, then flopped hard. Exactly.
Well, we don't know. We don't know, Dermo. We don't know if Dombele was a. Did Jose or Poch say, well, this is the kind of player I'm looking for, and then the scouting network finds him, or did he say to them, no, I want this specific player, and just go get him? We don't know.
Or we don't know that.
We don't know.
We don't know with Conte, because I felt that Conte reign for me was just a piss take from start to finish. That second season, that first full season, the second season he was there, not the season we're going into the Champions League, but the season after was a pure piss take from start to finish. Because I felt Conte caused a lot of his own troubles, then more than it was Levy's fault, to be fair. And what are you supposed to do if a manager effectively says in the press conference, well, not in so many words, sack me? What are you supposed to do? Do you know?
I think they were pretty much at odds, more or less, from the start. You could tell pretty much that. I always knew. I mean, didn't you know it was always going to end badly? You just didn't know how long it was going to last. That's how I felt.
You know, Conte was doing us a favor more than he was doing us a favor more that he wanted to be there. Do you know?
He probably felt he was, and there's rumors that he was scammed out of a lot of money. So there's rumors that he really needed the payday as well. So
yeah, and everyone is entitled to that. And I have difference to Tequila, but me and Tequila will get on with. We're fine. So at the tree, who would you go for?
I don't know what the two differences is between the first two, dude. They're both American investment companies, right?
I know Liberty Media because they run Formula One, so I know what they're like.
So would you trust them more then? Because you know them.
I would. I'll go for them. That's just my pick.
Well, I can tell you that I don't want the Qatar, so it would be one of the other two.
I think we both agreed on that. I think we're both fully agree on that one. Yeah. So out of the two, would you want a joint venture or would you want one or the other?
Go with Liberty Media. I'll go with them. I'll go with them because if they own Formula One, that suggests they've got an awful lot of money. So that's number one, which you need. Yeah. And they've also means they've got an interest in sports overall. So that would be nice to have somebody who's interested in sports, because I don't know, ENIC is they're
So how do you think is it going to play out, Tequila? What do you think the outline will be when this happens at the end of the year? Because this is when, I read out again, Tottenham are in talks to sell part or maybe full takeover if the right offer comes in. Levy values Tottenham more than the other think. We all know that. It will be a long process and the fans should know more at the end of the year. So we're looking at that. So where are we? What do you think will happen? What's your gut telling? My gut saying it's going to be a Man United type sort of purchase.
I think Boris said it in a chat. I think that would be perfect for what I'm looking for. Yeah. Whereas somebody comes in and takes over the sporting side, and they leave ENIC to do what they're pretty good at, which is developing the club outside of football. So if they want to continue building their hotels and that, and then do it. If that's what they want to do, then do it. They want to have more concerts for Beyonce, then do all that stuff.
The Joe Lewis thing, which is when he went to court for the insider trading, right? Apparently, there's still more of that. Looking at more of that, apparently, for what I heard. Do you feel that has something to do with what's happening at the moment as well? Do you feel that
it could be? Maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're waiting to see what happens. Do you think
they know something might come down the line and bite the club, and they think, well, let's get ahead of this?
It could be, but how long do you kind of stay in this kind of flux for, though?
That's the question. How long do you stay in this flux for?
I don't know.
We both don't know the answer to that. No. But would you? It's very hard to know what. All I want is the best interests of the club. That's all we want.
Of course.
no one has a divine right to win everything. But when you're starved of success, you do get frustrated. And you do get a little bit tetchy. You do get a little bit thinking, oh, another year.
It's a combination of lack of success, like you said, and also Dermo. It's a combination of watching the clubs around you all kind of having their day in the sun, and there's you kind of just, well, where's my day in the sun? Chelsea had their kind of period of dominance. Arsenal had their period of dominance. United had their period of dominance. I mean, now, the only London club who we're better than, who we've been more successful than, is West Ham.
Yeah.
If you don't count Brentford and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, also Joe Lewis, because his shares are with his lawyers in the Barbados, that's where his shares are at the moment. He gave up his shares, and now they're within the lawyers. If somebody came in with the right price for them, do you think they'll take the offer? If somebody came in with the right money?
Yeah.
Now, it would be down to Levy to accept his part. But if somebody came into ENIC and Joe Lewis's lawyers and whoever owns these, I think it's the lawyers, that own the shares, say, look, here's, say, 4 billion for your shares in Tottenham. Do you think they'll take it?
I don't know. I think it'd take more than 4 billion.
Well, somebody said, Barry said in here, it would have to be, and it is going to be a world record fee. Fee of over 10 billion. Plus, otherwise, it would be a loss to ENIC and Levy due to the money made up. That is what I'm looking at. 10 billion. So you're looking at 6 billion for ENIC side of it, and 4 billion to Joe Lewis, to Daniel Levy.
That'd be crazy, really.
And they bought the club for 20. I think they bought the club for 22.5 million.
I don't see why Levy would say no to something like that. He has mentioned it before, and again, you have to take it with pinches of salt. But he has said before that he would only sell to somebody who he thought would take the club forward. Now, how true is that? I don't know.
I've heard him say it a few times. Look, I think you can. I think he genuinely does care about the club. I genuinely think he does. I think he genuinely does want the best for the club. I think he genuinely has got the best interests at heart. Maybe some, as you say, his decisions haven't been the best, or maybe maybe he's been led by his heart instead of listening to his head at some of the times as well. So look, in business, you're only as good as your last deal. So you're only good as your last business decision. And his last business decision was getting Anjin and backing him with players last summer, which he did. Now, everyone can complain we sold Harry Kane and didn't replace Harry Kane, but I don't think Harry Kane is Tottenham Hotspur isn't Harry Kane FC. It's Tottenham Hotspur FC. He
delegated Paratici. See, Paratici coming in, I think, was a very, very good delegation. I know that obviously he got banned and everything, but we don't know if Levy knew about that. Let's assume that he didn't, right? But on the football matter only, not morally about Paratici and what he did. On the football matter only, we've mainly raided Serie A, which you've noticed most of our players have come from Serie A, so it's Paratici. So that has been a good delegation, and that has favoured Ange a lot, because a lot of these players who came in, like Ndogi and stuff like that, and Vicario, all from Serie A, have benefited Postecoglou. So that's a good delegation. So I'm giving Daniel Levy credit for Paratici coming in. So
I think Paratici's been the best thing to happen for Tottenham in years. To be fair,
and it's starting to Dragusin we got from Serie A as well. So an awful lot of our players have come from there. I know that Mickey van der Ven came from Germany, but I mean a lot of them have come from Serie A, and that's Paratici knowledge of the league and the teams there.
So look, Boris says you can't ever replace Harry Kane. You can't. Harry Kane is a once-in-a-generational footballer.
No.
A bit like Jimmy Greaves was a once-in-a-generation player in Phillips' time, and Harry Kane. We've been blessed to watch Harry Kane in our time.
But we won't see another player like him probably in our lifetime.
I do feel he became a bit more of a hindrance than an asset, I think, at the end. I know he scored goals and all this, but I think it was starting to become a one-man team. And I felt last season under Ange, we become more of a team again. Do you know what I mean? We were all in it together. Well, I felt when Kane was down, Eric Dyer was there. I felt there was cliques in the dressing room.
There was
certain cliques and certain divides where there isn't under Ange. So, do you think that also stems from the top? That everyone has to be united from top right down to the players.
I don't know if I agree with you regarding the player Harry Kane, but I do certainly agree with you when it comes to stuff like the media, who just would not shut up every other month. Well, what's Harry Kane going to do? What's Harry Kane going to do? What's Harry Kane going to do? And I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah,
I'm glad that has gone. Am I glad he's gone? No, of course not. It's Harry Kane.
I don't think nobody's glad he's gone, Tequila, but I think you're spot on when you say about the fucking media every summer.
Yeah, every summer it was all about Harry Kane. What annoys me most is, I mean, timing is sometimes some people will tell you timing's everything in life. What bothers me the most is I wish Pochettino would have come in the year before and had the year with Harry Kane and have Maddison behind him. And that's a dream that unfortunately we'll never see. But had the timing just been a little better, then we could have had a cake in it too, and had Harry Kane at least for a season, have Maddison behind him, have more creativity, playing attacking football, rather than watching Harry Kane's last 2 or 3 seasons being for defensive coaches who cared about defending first. It's a shame the timing just didn't add up. What can you do?
You know, for me, I think we should be very excited about the season coming up. By the way, I still think we should be really excited because I think we're going to go places this season.
There's no reason not to be. There's nothing's happened that there's no reason not to be excited.
No.
We'll have to wait till that happens.
We just got a bit more news. You had some news to cover, didn't you, Tequila? Do you want to cover that quickly while I get the other bit of news I found up and running?
It wasn't much. It was mainly to do with the Romero transfer from Real Madrid. Spurs are adamant that he's not signing. He's not going to be allowed to leave for any kind of money. Do you believe that, Dermo?
No, he won't go. I've already asked the question. He's not going anywhere. Who is that with, though? Who was reporting that, Tequila?
1 sec. I've just gone off the page. It was Inside Football.
Yeah. I don't think he's going anywhere. Then you got the Emerson thing as well, which is swirling around a little bit. You had an update. Where was that from? Was that from the same website as well?
Yeah.
So what's that about? Talk a bit about that for us.
Well, it's just he's not sure if he's going to go to Milan. Milan were in for him, and now Emerson is having second thoughts. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, these are from some of these sites are obviously. We were going to do a game, weren't we, Demo? If you believe the story. Do you remember that? We were going to rate if we believe these stories or not.
Well, that is something we're going to do next week. We're actually going to do a rate the story show. That's what we're going to do. That'd be a good one, actually. Right. Now, our sponsors, AIA deal could have been even bigger, Tequila, than what it was. And I found this article at the Spurs web, right?
Yeah.
And regardless of any criticism of Daniel Levy faces, he has clearly been running the club pretty well in the business sense. But it hasn't quite stretched to the team shirt sponsorship deal with AIA to maximum potential. That's according to the sponsor and industry expert on sponsorship deals, which reveals that Tottenham's $40 million per year deal with AIA is actually below the 49.3 per year limit they could be banking. Now Spurs have agreed. Let me get the article again. Sorry, where is it now? Sorry. Oh God, where is it gone? My PC loves. I've got to do touch and I lose it. Right. So Spurs agreed to deal in 2019 with the Hong Kong-based insurance firm, and the agreement runs through to 2027. But as per the Premier League's fair market value assessment, the deal could have been higher without breaking any rules. Over the course of the 8-year agreement, that leaves Spurs missing out roughly on an extra $74 million a year. And the opinion, my opinion, I mean, the extra 74 million would obviously be nice for the club, but I don't think Levy will necessarily lose any sleep over it. The AIA deal is one of the highest in the league already, and by the sounds of it, our new training wear and shirt sleeve sponsorship deals will make up the gap anyway. So, look, are you happy with us having a Hong Kong-based insurance company as our sponsor? The only thing I don't like about our sponsors is it's back in red on our shirt.
I was about to say, other than the red part, not really.
Yeah.
And as for the 74 million, I'm surprised Levy. Say, I do think Levy is the kind of person who's like, no, I want to get every penny. So, and that 74 million, Dermo, that could buy us the striker we need. You think of it that way, it's just like that's 7 million. Yeah, get us a striker. We need.
Quickly, this last bit here. This took. Yeah, it would be the killer. Now, AI firm. Are we going to have an AI manager?
Give it time,
no,
Dermo.
Coinbase investor Daniel Gross. Is he the son of former Tottenham manager Christian Gross? We should never know. Open Veterans, where his name is, Alila Suskova and Daniel Levy have united to launch a new AI firm, Save Super Intelligence ANC. Now, the SSI, which can be called, will have official offices in Palo Alto, California, and Tel Aviv in Israel. Very quickly, what's this got to do with Tottenham? But seriously, though, nothing. Really. But is this a point to prove that Daniel Levy's now looking beyond being the Tottenham owner?
I don't think it means he's looking beyond that. He probably is. He's probably got interest in other things than football. Which, I mean, you've heard Levy talk when saying that he never particularly wanted to be in football. If you've heard him talk about it, he kind of fell into it, didn't he? So I mean, he's a businessman. He loves the deal. We all know that. So. He's investing into another an AI. AI is pretty big right now, Dermo. You've heard of ChatGPT and all that stuff, haven't you? All that AI stuff.
I mean, look at you. You're talking about Sam.
Exactly. I'm a cat floating in the air, apparently, in the sea. Because why not? So AI it's already here, Dermo. It already is here. Not only is it going to be in the future, but it's here right now. So. Levy's a smart guy. I doubt he makes very many bad business decisions. So chances are that company will be worth something in a couple of years. Give it time.
Yeah.
Does it impact Tottenham now? No, I don't think so, bro.
No. And now look, there's the last bit of news here, right? And I would tell everyone to go over to the website TBR, the boot room. There's a very good article on there about the investment and takeover of Spurs, about who's going there, that goes through each company's individually and what they will bring to the club. So look, Tequila, I've enjoyed this show. I've enjoyed the debate we've had. I enjoyed and look, me and Tequila can passionately talk about how we feel. And as you can see, we're still good friends afterwards.
Yeah, so just because we disagree on something, doesn't matter.
It proves a point, doesn't it, Tequila? You can have a conversation about this and still remain friends over it.
Of course,
it doesn't mean we're going to have. It doesn't mean you're going to have to go down that road, and that's something we will prove on here. Anything else you want to talk about before we disappear?
It's gone longer
than I thought it would.
Yeah, we have gone about half an hour longer. What I will say is that after the Euros, we are going to be having transfer shows because it's all going to go crazy. Like I said earlier, it's all going to go crazy the day after the final, probably. And
1 o'clock shows at 1 o'clock in the morning, announcing players.
Yeah, well, we're not sure exactly on the time, but we'll see. But we're going to do lots of transfer shows. That'll be starting, as I said, after the Euros finish. And so, yeah, there's that to look forward to because, guys, it's all going to go bloody crazy. You know it does. You know it will.
And also them also pre-season was started off by then. So all the pre-season friendlies are live here on THFC Till I Die. We're going to start doing that. Tequila, look, I think that's it. I don't know if you're with us tonight for the watch along or you're taking the night off.
I need to get some sleep, bruv. I've just about taken as many caffeine pills as I can to keep me up. So you and Bobby handled that one. I'm going to get some kip for a couple of hours.
I don't even know if I'll do it yet. I'm tired as well.
You're tired as well. See, the reason we're tired is because we're up till 3 a.m. playing pro clubs. Okay, and it screwed up my sleeping pattern. It's like that's the reason.
We're being teenagers again.
Yeah, we're enjoying the pro clubs too much. What can we say?
Oh, we are. Times. My Mrs. Tron said to me today, she went, "You're up at 4 o'clock in the morning playing that damn video game."
Yeah. Yeah, just like kids. Look, we didn't want to go to bed. We were on a winning streak, so it's like we didn't want to go to bed.
We were. It was Colin that actually put an end to it.
Yeah, it was Colin. He said, "I think me and you would have been prepared to stay on even longer." It's Colin.
I think we were ready for the next one, and then we see Colin that bit. And then anyway, well, listen, guys, we are going to leave now. Listen, please do hit the like button. Please do hit the subscription button. Please share the channel as well. Tequila, where can people find you, sir, and where can people find us apart from here at THFC?
Well, you can find me on obviously this channel, and you can find me on the new channel, which is covering all the other European football. And God damn, I'm never going to get the name of this right. We've got to change the name. Right,
it's the European Football Network.
I've got to write this down. I'm writing this down. European Football Network.
Football Network till I
die. Yeah, so it's a mouthful, guys, but that's where the new channel's at. And as Dermo said, that will be covering international football. So the Euros will be on there, and there'll be other leagues in time. So you can find me on there, and I've got a little gaming channel of my own where me and my mate just talk about the gaming industry. That's called the Play Pouch. Trying to get to 100 subs, so we're still pretty small, but any subs there will be really grateful. And Dermo, you've got a gaming channel with Calm, haven't you? That sometimes I'm on. Double Dumb Gaming. Please sub to that as well. And FTSN as well, Sports Network. That's our mate Com's channel. So please go and sub to him if you haven't. And I think that's it, Dermo. Unless I'm missing one. You're muted, Dermo. I can't even wave to him, guys.
See, the killer muted me on purpose.
If I could get the cat to wave to you, I would, but I can't.
I want to say, the Full Time Sport Network is our partner channel. We've been in a partnership also. Wraith Energy, if you can go on to there and put in the code THFCTID, you get 10% off there. This channel has been sponsored by Wraith. And also this channel's also been sponsored by Appy Pie as well, where you can go onto their website and where you can design your own app, which we will do. The next couple of days, me and Tequila are going to sit down and design that app on Appy Pie, a THFC Till I Die app, where you'll get a bit of bio about me, probably Tequila as well, and Philip and Colin, and we'll stick we'll stick all the news and little clips on there for you guys. So we'll get that up and running before the start of the new season. So you can download this off the Google app.
And Dermo probably goes well. A shout out to the Gemmas who's subbed on Patreon.
Yeah, big up as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Big up to Dan Davenport. Haven't seen you, Dan. Hey, big up, Dermot. Tequila will stick the link in again for the Patreon. Yeah, and Boris says, if you ever want help with Syria, our coverage, Isla says, Boris, we will have you on there.
Yep.
I know.
We'll take you up on that.
Yeah, I know. It's not all about Syria. But do you know what I'm looking forward to, Tequila? The Milan derby.
I like Inter Milan. If I were to pick a Italian team to follow, it would be Inter Milan. I like Inter.
I'm picking AC Milan. They're my team.
No, their kit's boring, don't they?
We're going to have to pick a team in each league to follow next season.
Yeah. Oh, Boris. I wonder who Boris supports if he watches a lot of Serie A.
I wonder he does. But listen, we are back later. Of course, with Belgium against Romania. We're on tomorrow, of course, with Scotland versus Hungary.
Yes.
I don't know if we're on at 5 o'clock covering the 5 o'clock game. I think we might be. I think I might do the 5 o'clock game as well, and then we'll do the 8 o'clock game tomorrow. So it will be a busy few days coming up on the channel. But whatever you do, enjoy the rest. He likes Udinese. That's it.
No, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Udinese.
So on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs.
Quiz.
In Ange we trust. We never stop. Woo! Come on, you Spurs.
Take care.